Stephanie, why don't you tell us how you got involved with this project?
I reached out to Bill and I said, hey, who's your producer? What are you doing? And he said, I don't know. And I said, okay, I'm producing this. And that was it. That was the end of the story. I wanted to do it.
How has the story itself actually resonated with you?
Oh, wow. Like I said, I have a heart for veterans. I have a heart for people that serve their country. I'm from Greece. I'm from a country that's military and army is a mandatory thing. And seeing a country that is not mandatory, you guys are serving with your whole heart, putting your lives on the line out of your country, not just here, you know. That to me is a huge thing. And again, it's like I told you before, I chose to live in this country. I chose to live in America, to live here, to work here, to get married here, to have a life here, and I have such a heart for it, you know. And that alone, to me, that's trying to tell a story like that, not just about love, but about people that serve, that gave, that take. It's such a
And we're talking to Nick Jones. Nick, why don't you tell us how you got involved with this project?
Well, I've worked with Bill. I don't know what he likes to go by. I usually call him Stavrakos. But I've worked with Bill on about 4 or 5 different projects, and I guess he trusts me. He trusts me enough to direct him, and so he hits me up one day and he's like, "Hey Nick, you know, I got this short that I want to shoot, and I want you to direct me in it." And I was like, "All right, cool." So I was down.
Awesome. How has it actually resonated with you, the story?
Being a veteran, I think most veteran stories resonate with me. I know people, whether personally or worked with them, that have died overseas, and I think any story like that will resonate with a veteran. So for me, it was kind of a no-brainer. You know, since anything veteran, any veteran story, especially coming from somebody like Bill, I mean, it's coming from the heart, it's coming from a good place, and you know, it's not fake, it's real. And for me, that was kind of like the major draw. And
that's actually pretty cool, though.
You know.
So, what was your role in this film?
I was the director. I tell my friends all the time, you know, I like being a part of the process. So I don't want to write everything I direct. I don't want to direct everything I write. I don't want to act in everything I direct, vice versa, all that good stuff. So it was kind of cool just being a part of the process, just being the director and just having to focus on the direction, the scenes, the acting, and that was refreshing, just kind of being a part of the process.
And so, as you know, this project was funded primarily by the soldiers and deputies and friends from Bill's past. So what would you like to say directly to them?
Thank you to everyone that pitched in, especially the soldiers, because I can resonate with that personally. To the deputies and all of Bill's friends, thank you. This is a project that needs to see the light of day, and we wouldn't be here without you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're here with Amy, who's playing Grace, and why don't you tell me what drew you to the character?
Well, I think I really liked her message. That was essentially the nailing point for me, reading what Bill wrote. Just angels can be a variety of different ways, and I think the truth of what she speaks is what really drew me to her. She's not just an angel, you know. There's character to her. There's a path and a past to her, I think.
Right, definitely. So, how has this story resonated with you, personally?
You know, it's interesting because I've actually been doing a lot of thinking about it over the past little while, and it just makes me want to go, oh. That's the feeling I get reading it, because it's so about love and obviously faith and hope. There's so much hope in it, even within despair, and that really spoke to me. I think it's an important message to give people. Yeah.
Definitely. Do you find that you're similar to Grace in your daily life?
Oh, I'm very angelic.
Yes.
I think I probably aspire to be more like Grace.
Yes.
That's
think
how
we
I
all
would
can.
put it. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's been your favorite part of the story?
Let's see. My favorite part. I'm a little bit of a sentimental towards the kind of romantic love side of it. But I think my favorite part is probably that, well, and maybe it's also because I'm playing Grace, but I find it really interesting, the decision-making process between Will and Grace and their relationship and the choice that he's given and the idea of, you know, our own will, literally and figuratively,
Definitely.
you know, and we can make decisions, you know, in life and maybe in death too, and it affects everything. So I like that relationship between them.
Definitely. This project was funded primarily by the soldiers and the deputies that served with Bill.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you would personally like to say to them? No pressure.
Yeah. Wow. And, you know, thank you. I don't know that there's much more I could articulate
Yeah.
than wow and thank you. It's pretty profound. Yeah.
Well, thank you so very much, Amy.
Yeah, thank you.
We're here with Elizabeth, who is playing Angela. So, Angela, or Elizabeth as Angela, I should say, what drew you to this specific character?
Well, the fact that young Angela has had to overcome trauma. We've all struggled with that in our lives in some form or another. And she's being tested. So those are with a lot of things in her life. The struggle of dedication to Will and her ability to make decisions whether or not to part from Will or to keep with him, to keep that dedication. And I think that's a very strong characteristic of Angela that I really admire about her.
Definitely. Has it resonated with you in any specific way?
Absolutely. The whole script actually it's a good story. First of all, the fact that Will is in battle and he had to succumb to the ultimate sacrifice, which is death. Also, the fact that both Angela and Will are being tested. They have an amazing struggle to overcome. And sorry, cut this part out.
Did you find that while you were reading the story, you found anything similar to yourself in the character of Angela?
Absolutely. I feel like Angela's very sentimental. She takes the time to write letters to Will once a year. And I find that I'm really similar in that aspect because I'm very sentimental. I am very empathetic, like Angela. And she gets it all out in her letters, which I do the same completely. It sounds much better when it's thought out and written, and it's so sincere, and I feel I'm the same way.
No judgments there then.
Yes.
Definitely. What has been your favorite part of the story?
Definitely Will's struggle to make the right decision. We all come from brokenness, trying to find wholeness in something that means something in our lives and our loved ones' lives. I feel like he has the ability to make a big decision that's not just going to affect him, it's going to affect Angela and his loved ones. And it's hard. It's hard to overcome that. It's amazing because we are granted, given the gift of decision making, and I really like to see Will's choices.
Really. So, as you know, this project was funded primarily by the soldiers and the deputies that served with Bill.
Yes.
Would you like to say anything to them?
Absolutely. First of all, thank you all from the bottom of my heart for your services. This shoot couldn't have come at a perfect time, a more perfect time, because it's Easter weekend. I'm a very spiritual person, so as we know, there's a huge sacrifice to be made from soldiers and, of course, our Lord. And I just want to thank you so much for keeping us safe, being able to put your life on the line. That's a passion to keep us all here and safe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So this is Mariko, and she's also playing Angela.
Well, I have a particular old flame who died in an untimely fashion. Much different circumstances, but very much the same kind of shock to my system when I heard about his death.
So definitely.
Yeah, actually there have been a few people in my life that have had untimely deaths.
What has so far been your favorite part of the story?
My part.
Of course.
Well, it's hard to say what my favorite part is, because it's very tough all the way through, really. I guess that she finds closure in the end. She finds the form of it. It makes sense to her that her life was the way it was, and there was a reason behind it.
Definitely. Do you think that there's any characteristics in Angela that you find in yourself?
Well, my life is very different. I have a very fulfilled life. I'm very blessed in that way. But hanging on to memories, hanging on to objects that have sentimental, emotional meaning, that's very much something that I do. I relate to that.
That's great. This project was funded primarily by soldiers and deputies that served with Bill. Would you like to say anything to them?
Oh, it's hard to find the words to say. Everything falls short. I can't really say good job. It's just too facile. It's amazing